Everybody, today is a phenomenal day. Today is officially the day that John Jones has been forced, apparently, into retirement officially from the words of Dana White. We're going to get to that. We're going to talk about the UFC White House card today that was announced last night at UFC 326, where I love Charles Oliveira. I love Charles Oliveira. I love Charles Oliveira. I love Charles Oliveira. I've done my Hail Marys. Okay, moving on. Um pretty okay card. It's only 6 fights. There was supposed to be a 7th one that I think fell through. Um, I thought it was going to be John Jones versus Alex Pereira, but according to Dana White, which we'll get to in a little bit, he's gone. He gone. Um, but yeah, so we're going to be talking about the card today. Let's get started with the opener of the card. First of all, actually, before we get into the card itself, let's talk about what I expect the venue to be. If they're doing what I think they're doing, which is they're going to go sphere level with it, because Dana White loves to go sphere level with things. That's his whole shtick, is he wants to be the biggest, baddest thing around. Doing it at the White House is definitely interesting. I don't run the company, but some of my favorite fighters are on this card, so I will be watching. I'm so excited for Kyle Dawkins. Oh my god, dude, that dude's probably fucking celebrating with his family so hard right now. Anyway, I think they're going to do it on the lawn with the White House in the back, which is kind of crazy, especially, like, an outside event would be cool. I would love an outside event. I have been wanting more outside events. I want an arena event. Like, it's something. Of course, you know, me being a fucking dumb casual at the time when I first started watching UFC, and I was, like, really getting into it, was when the Fight Island stuff was going on. And I thought they were going to fight on the island. That would have been sick. Sand would have been getting in their eyes and shit. They would have been blind and they wouldn't have been able to fight. But that would have been cool. It would have had aura. Instead, we got Usman stomping out Jorge Masvidal's feet for 15 minutes. Anyway. Moving on to the actual card itself. Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. What are we doing? What are we doing? Diego Lopez was just in there with the champion a month ago. And now he's fighting Steve Garcia. Are you the matchmakers here are bipolar? Like, I genuinely don't understand what their game is, what game they're playing. But hey, that's a badass fight. Maybe that's what their game is here. They either wanted to do 5 badass fights and then a Bo Nickel fight, and I guess they did that. But anyway, obviously Diego Lopez is gonna win this. Volk didn't do an incredible amount of damage to him. Diego still looked good in that fight. He's going to piece up Steve Garcia. I don't know what else to tell you. He just is. Badass fight, though. I will give the Baldy that and the matchmakers that, even though the Baldy apparently doesn't do the matchmaking anymore. I don't know how much I believe that. But, moving on. And next up on the card, we have Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. You know, Kyle Dawkins is the Dark Knight, one of the coolest nicknames in UFC history. He has such a fun style. He's so good on the ground. He is okay on the feet. I think he's Bo Nickel level on the feet, honestly. But Bo did head kick that guy. I just remembered that. Bo did head kick that guy last time he was out. But Bo Nickel also got fraud checked by RDR after. Do you guys remember when he lost that fight? He did an interview and he was like, "Yeah, I'd never been kneed before in the clinch like that. That's never happened to me in training." You're being pushed to the moon by the UFC and you've never been kneed in the sternum while training? Did you watch any of RDR's footage before, Barry, man? Like, I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. Never ever, but hey, that's okay. For this fight, I think they're trying to lay up Bo. I think they're trying to give Bo the win. Give the American guy the win on the White House card. You know how it is. And I think I am going to go with Bo Nickel. I think probably Bo Nickel by 2nd round KO. I think Bo is starting to really believe in his striking. And I think that's just going to make him more dangerous. I don't think he deserves to be here. I damn sure don't think he deserves to be above Diego Lopez, who just fought for a title a month ago. I can't stress that enough. But, you know, I don't make these cards. And I damn sure wouldn't have made this card to begin with. Anyway, moving on. We have Mauricio Rufy versus Michael Chandler. Badass fight. Again, I'm going to keep saying badass fight. Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins is kind of a badass fight too. But it's so industry plant. It's such an industry plant fight. Like, they just want Bo to be a big name, which I understand, but he doesn't have the personality for it. He just doesn't. He has the personality of a granola mom who rides around in this fucking minivan. But moving on to Huffy versus Michael Chandler. This is a cool fight. This is what we should have. This is the Conor McGregor fight we never got, but should have. Poor Michael Chandler has wasted 3 years of his career just to be given Conor from Wish without a drinking and coke problem. Like, Michael Chandler, you're cooked. Michael Chandler, you're in trouble. Like, I think Michael Chandler is going to retire after this fight. I think Rufi is so good. I think he's going to retire Michael Chandler. And especially after that fucking, what's his name? Oh my god, why am I blanking right now? I'm imagining the little battle fucking gnome guy. Oh my god. Hold on. Don't remind me. Justin Gaethje versus Fiziev. Fiziev, especially against that fight against Fiziev, that was a fucking banger fight. And he looked phenomenal. I picked Fiziev in that fight. And Rufi really surprised me. So I think Rufi is going to continue to get better. He's going to beat Michael Chandler, probably by decision. I don't think Michael Chandler will get finished, but I think it'll be a very entertaining fight. Rip Michael Chandler, bro. Go join the WWE or something, dude. You'd do great in there, I'm sure. But yeah, I think this is the last fight of Michael Chandler's career. He's going to retire after getting beat in front of the president on the White House lawn. Crazy. Moving on to the featured fight of the night, Sean O'Malley versus Aman Zahabi. Great fight, badass fight. I'm going to keep saying that every fight we go. Every fight, except for Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. That's only a kind of badass fight. But no, Sean O'Malley versus Aman Zahabi. Great fight. I think there were negotiations going on for it to be Sandhagen, but O'Malley didn't want that, which is fair. Sandhagen is, in my opinion, a much harder fight than Zahabi. Zahabi's still great, but I think just Sean's going to piece him up for 3 rounds. I mean, it's a 3-round fight. That's kind of where Sean can really put it on you and really turn it up. Sean is fighting really well, especially last time he was out, like against Song. I thought he did really well. I think he beats Aman Zahabi. I don't think the grappling really comes into play. I think Sean O'Malley is just going to piece him up at range for 3 rounds and win a decision. He could sleep him in the second with like a straight left or something, like a pullback counter. But I think it's probably going to be a decision for Sean O'Malley, and he will get the title shot after whoever's fighting Peter Yan next. I think it's going to be Merab after seeing this. But great fight. I really don't know where Zahabi goes after this. Maybe he fights like an up-and-coming prospect or something. But yeah, great fight for Sean O'Malley. Just good fight, friendly fight. It's gonna be at 8 p.m. I just realized that. What the fuck? And on a Sunday. Fucking glaze. All right, moving on to the co-main event of the evening. We have Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane for the interim UFC heavyweight champion. Can you imagine if Alex sleeps Cyril Gane, and then it's Alex versus Tom Aspinall for the heavyweight belt, and probably Tom Aspinall's last UFC fight? That'd be crazy. I've been thinking about that a lot recently. It's been keeping me up at night. I just sit here think, man, what if Alex Pereira slimes out Cyril Gane and just kills him in the first 3 rounds, and then just it's the clash of 2 fucking giants, the Twin Towers, just fucking falling into each other. I shouldn't have said that. Moving on. No, I'm not moving on. I haven't even given my fucking prediction yet. What am I talking about? I think Alex. So obviously Alex has moved up. He's left light heavyweight. He's vacated the belt. It's gonna be Yuri versus Olberg for the vacant belt. We already all know this. But this is interesting because number one, Cyril Gane should not be getting this opportunity. It damn sure shouldn't have been John Jones, and we'll get there. But it damn sure shouldn't have been Cyril Gane because he just caused the disqualification and the ending of his last title fight due to disqualifications that he was causing. You cannot tell me that he, after 2 warnings, didn't know not to keep his fingers out. You can't tell me that. And he was gouging into Tom Aspinall's eyes. Those people on the internet who were like, oh, it wasn't really that bad. He's hamming it up. He had double eye surgery. Like, not only did he have double eye surgery, but then his boss went in front of the media And to millions of people said, oh, I guess he couldn't fight. You see that? I shook the camera. I shook you because I'm mad. I guess he couldn't fight. Guess he couldn't hack it in the UFC. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about right now? Like, I don't understand it. And people still have the nerve to be like, oh, well, he just quit. He quit. No, he didn't. He really didn't, though. Like, how would he have quit in that context? Oh, I can't see, so let me continue the fight and walk with my eyes closed towards probably the best striker in my division. Great idea. Phenomenal idea. I would love to do that. Don't bring up that Waldo Cortez Acosta bullshit. He had an extra eye, alright? He had one eye. Tom Aspinall had no eye. Alright? His other eye was also severely impacted. But I do think that whoever fights Tom Aspinall next, that will be Tom Aspinall's last fight in the UFC, which is kind of crazy. I think that there's too much bad blood between Dana White and Tom Aspinall now. Tom Aspinall's father wants him to go fight in boxing, so I think that's probably where he's going to head. But let's focus on the UFC heavyweight champion moving forward. The interim heavyweight champion that will fight Tom Aspinall's last fight. And I think that's going to be Tom Aspinall. I think that's going to be Alex Pereira. I think Alex Pereira is moving up to heavyweight, and I think he's going to absolutely slime out Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane, I think a lot of people are going to underestimate Alex in this matchup. Because Alex, they're going to say, oh, Ciryl Gane's great. He is. But Alex he has something that you can't really train for, I feel like. I feel like his energy and his intensity is really hard to replicate in training. The way that he marched down Ank is something like I've never seen. I'm not saying he could do that to Ciryl Gane, because obviously this is a whole different weight class. But I feel like most light heavyweights that we see move up to heavyweight have great success. And, I think Jon Jones definitely I will say this, Jon Jones did not have as much of the lighter man skill as Alex, I think, because Jon took so much time off. I think Alex, coming from light heavyweight, training for light heavyweight, having the speed of a light heavyweight, coming up to heavyweight just to add more power to that, if he can find out a way to translate that to where he doesn't lose too much speed, but he generates even more power than he already generates with him already being one of the hardest hitters in the sport, I think he's going to be a monster in heavyweight. And I think he will beat Ciryl Gane. And I think after seeing that Ciryl Gane fight with Tom Aspinall, I think he'll beat Tom Aspinall too. I think he has great takedown defense. I think that he is going to have even more power. And I think that he is going to have some of the cleanest striking the heavyweight division has ever seen. I don't think the heavyweight division has seen Alex Pereira level striking. I don't. I think he's a 10 times better striker than Ciryl Gane. And I think that Tom was struggling with Ciryl Gane already. So, I'm going to pick Alex Pereira by knockout. And he will become, and I don't care if it's an interim belt, he will become the first 3-division champion. The first person in the UFC history to hold a belt in 3 different divisions. Maybe not a 3-division champion all at once. I don't think that's ever going to happen now. But definitely put him on the way. Probably puts him in my top 3 greatest of all time. If he beats Ciryl Gane. If he beats Tom Aspinall, he might be the best of all time. Moving on to the main event of the UFC White House card, Freedom 250. Oh yeah. It's going to be Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. This will be the first time in a long time in American history where a murder happens in front of the White House, just smack dab in the lawn. Because there's nothing you can say. Genuinely, I don't think there's any argument any human being can make for Justin Gaethje winning this fight. He can't stand with Ilia. You cannot tell me that Justin Gaethje can stand with Ilia Topuria. Ilia will put his lights out in the first round like he did Charles. Then he'll take off for another year, come back, kill another legend, and he'll just keep repeating it until he's an old fucking man. Man, it feels like I shouldn't even make a prediction. Like, it feels like the prediction's obvious. Whenever Ilia Topuria fights, if he is not fighting an Islam Makhachev or an Arman Tsarukyan who can take him to the ground, Ilya wins. He just does. There's nobody who can stand with Ilya Topuria, especially at lightweight. At featherweight, maybe, but even Max couldn't. Even Volt couldn't. Like, what are we talking about here? He slimed out Charles Oliveira, who just smudged Max Holloway. And Charles tried to take him down and couldn't keep him there. I just think Ilya is going to put Justin Gaethje's lights out cold in the first round. I think he will. I think he will retire Justin Gaethje in front of the White House. And I think he'll make it look easy. I don't think he's going to get damaged. I don't think it's going to be a war. Ilya Topuria is going to walk in, calm, cool, collected, and slime out Justin Gaethje in front of the U.S. nation. So, speaking of retirements, let me pull something up real quick. Let me get this going. Hold on. Let me see here. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Where's my audio? There it is. So John Jones did come out and say, hey, maybe. Hey, there's a world. I'm getting ready. Like, continue, Dana. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Never gonna happen ever. Never. Not now. Not never. Not ever. Never, ever, ever. It's over. The war's over. John Jones will never plague this sport again. We will never get a headline of John Jones pulling out and ruining another card again. Thank you, God. God is good. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, John Jones, for retiring. Thank you, John Jones' hip, for helping him retire. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe. Bye.